Okay.
Hello and welcome to Full Time Score with your boy TC Ramokwase. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm with my main man, Sifiso Mpanas. How are you, my guy? Kwesi for life.
Yeah,
Ah,
man.
Sifiso.
I'm good and you. I'm good and you. Say, how are you?
No, no, no. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's
Yeah.
raining. It's raining heavily where I stay. So my audio
Mm.
ability's been affected. I struggled to connect. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
No. Uh, yeah, I'm good,
Yeah.
man.
Where do you want to start? Yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's not even go anywhere. Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi
Yeah.
Sundowns. Sundowns winning that one 1-0. There was a fantastic goal by a fantastic player, uh, Ribeiro.
Yeah.
What a goal that was. I want your perspective as a Chiefs fan on that game that took place at Lucas Metropolitan Saturday.
Have you ever seen a person being happy after losing?
It's been weird like that. Like a lot of Kaizer Chiefs are very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you
Yeah,
can tell me you can tell us why are you guys happy after losing to Sundowns?
you know, firstly, congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns. A well-deserved win. They won and they played very well in that game. No complaints. It was a beautiful game. Good atmosphere. The weather was good. The pitch was good. It was way better than the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates at Loftus Versfeld. I think that pitch didn't do any justice to not only Pirates but Mamelodi Sundowns as well. The whole clubs. But yeah, that pitch was very good. The atmosphere was good. The organizers organized it very well. Although I didn't have a chance to go and buy a ticket because the tickets were finished in
Yeah.
about 3 hours. Yes, yes, because of the reason it was because of the small ground or the small stadium that they were using, Lucas Moripe Stadium. Yeah, but it was a well organized game. It showed Uguti these two teams are rivals and they have a very huge history in South African football and they've played a very big role in South African football. And it was Kaizer Chiefs versus Bafana Bafana, if I may say, or international Mamelodi Sundowns, experienced team, a very good team. They know what they are doing in the pitch. Um, the reason I'm happy about this game is because of um, number one, I thought Mamelodi Sundowns was going to demolish Kaizer Chiefs, but in the first 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I realized something. And I think maybe I'm not the only one who recognized that. Other people saw it as well, that Mamelodi Sundowns was a bit fatigued. It
Mm.
was a bit fatigued. And although they had a plan in place on how to attack Kaizer Chiefs or approach the game with their formation that they use, this time they used the 3-4-3 system, if I'm not mistaken. And Adams was playing further on the right this time. And Ribeiro was playing in an unusual position, but Urenas and Shaluli were playing up front there. Ribeiro will always come from deep and try to manipulate the defense, the Kaizer Chiefs, so that he can get chances to score. You can even see the way he scored. You could see what he was coming from way, way, way deeper than we usually see Uribero comes from. And he came from a deep position and he scored a wonderful goal. But before I go to the goal, I think Mamelodi Sundowns, their approach to the game was very intelligent. It was very intelligent. I'm not sure if it was pushed by them being fatigued, or it was just a plan from during the week that Coach Miguel Cardoso, an intelligent coach for me, he's a good coach. He knows what he's doing because the way they approached the game, they saw that Kaizer Chiefs will pack the midfield. They saw that Kaizer Chiefs will pack the midfield, and when Kaizer Chiefs packed the midfield, they realized, like you said in our previous video, Uguti, Mamelodi Sundowns will try to connect a few passes from the back, but try to loop it so that they can be able to score. And that's exactly the way they did, and that's exactly the way they found their goal. They knew Kaizer Chiefs will pack in the midfield. They will be so compact in such a way that they won't have that flow and have those places to play their football. So they just came with an idea, Uti, man, if we can just loop one ball behind that defense, we know Uti. I spoke about the Utotli. Totli is not that experienced. You can see Uti, he's not experienced. He has a lot to learn. Miguel Nai, he's the one to be blamed in that goal. Because if you can see the way Musanas is attacking, when that ball came in, you see Umat pointing that they need to pick up Ureinas because Ureinas was the one who assisted to Uribeiro. And after not picking up Ureinas, he was the one who was able to get that ball and give it to Uribeiro. But I think if Miguel would quickly catch Ureinas where he was, then it was going to be easy to pick him and be able to defend accordingly, so that he cannot be able to find Uribeiro as he was there, just coming from deep and getting that ball and scoring that ball. And Utotli as well didn't read that ball or that attacking wisely. He was not wise enough to read that attack, because it shows Uti the boy lacks experience and he still needs a lot of experience. But the way Mamelodi Sundowns approached the game, it was their plan. They saw that we are fatigued. I think maybe it was because of their fatigued that we can't play our own football, that the tiki-taka that we usually play. It was going to make them more fatigued. So they just needed that punchline to kill Kaizer Chiefs. And that was the only goal that killed Kaizer Chiefs. But overall game, when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs was playing like a 3-4-3-1 formation. It looks like a 4-1-4-1 formation, whereby Ucele and Ushabalala, I was amazed to see Ucele attacking, playing as an attacking midfielder, and what a player. Ucele was wonderful on Saturday. It was the first time seeing Ucele attacking like that, and the freedom that he had. He was all over the pitch. The way he was attacking, it was so amazing. It was so precise. And Ushabalala Nai was no Komnandi on Saturday. Shabalala was not the Shabalala that I know when he was going forward attacking, when Kaizer Chiefs was attacking. But I am happy with Ulilo. Was very tricky, because it's very hard to see. It is unusual to see a player like Ulilo with his physique and with his height running like he did, attacking Usuarez and making sure that they want to attack that left as much as they could. And if they attacked it properly, they were going to eventually get a goal. But I think the experience was there from Mamelodi Sundowns. But I think Mamelodi Sundowns, when they came to that game, they knew they have to be technically sound. They have to be professional as possible. It's not about goals. It's not about beautiful football. It is about winning and taking those points. And they knew that if we take those points, and it happens that maybe Orlando Pirates loses that game, then they are way ahead with the league. And it was professional, very intelligent from Mamelodi Sundowns when they were approaching the game. And they were not all over the place. They just meant the business. And big ups to them for doing that, because if they were going to be all over the place, Kaizer Chiefs was going to catch them because they were fatigued. You could see the way they were playing. In the last 9 minutes, Kaizer Chiefs was more attacking and more threatening. When Dupris came in for the injured Maurice, Dupris was not fit at all. He was not fit at all. Kaizer Chiefs was not threatening in front that much, because they have about how many shots on target? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, but they were not clinical in front. They were not that clinical, and they are not confident that much in front. But I think Kaizer Chiefs do need a striker, someone who will score for them. Kaizer Chiefs need a midfielder. They need a central midfielder. Umat must sit down. Kaizer Chiefs. Matt must sit down. He was not doing enough.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, Umat must sit down. He was not doing enough for us. He had mistakes in Ngogiagwami. Although he did win some jewels, but for me, I feel like Utlele can play in that position much better than Umat. You can just make Umat to be an attacking midfielder and just leave Utlele there to be the one who runs the show in the middle, because he was doing so well, attacking and defending as well. Ucele was fantastic. But Ribeiro, that goal, man, that goal from Ribeiro, man, that was classy. Those goals, man, we see overseas. You don't see here, you don't see them here in PSL. You don't see those goals in PSL. We see them overseas, man. That was a wonderful. It shows with the guy comes from Brazil, and it shows with he's a skillful player. He's a professional player. He knows what he's doing in the final third. But congratulations to Mr. Sundowns for winning this game. They deserve it.
Yeah, I'll start here, man. For Sundowns, I think it was almost like a CAF Champions League game where it's about managing the game more than actually managing the result. Kaizer Chiefs, obviously, they were never going to be open against Sundowns. I think you and I expected that last week Thursday when we spoke, that Kaizer Chiefs will not open up. Mamelodi Sundowns will kill them. Other people were predicting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. People were predicting higher scores, but I know Kaizer Chiefs against Sundowns, they usually show up, they usually fight. And that's exactly what they did. You know, they really, really, really put up a fight, a tactical fight as well, which goes back to say that there's coaching at Kaizer Chiefs. I think there's coaching. I just think there's a problem of lack of quality of football players at Kaizer Chiefs. And such a match exposes that, because I'm not saying Kaizer Chiefs must have the same quality as Orlando Pirates or Sundowns or Al Ahly. What I'm simply saying is they should have enough quality for them to be able to at least get a point while performing well against Sundowns. They performed well against Pirates. They lost the match 1-0. They performed well against Mamelodi Sundowns. They lost the match 1-0. And I think that's a problem, because it shows you the coach actually does have plans. He does watch his opponents. He does plan properly for his opponents. He does set up his team in a certain way. The problem is just execution and actually creating opportunities. Now, on Saturday, I saw something that I thought this is what's going to happen. Every time Sundowns had the ball, Kaizer Chiefs would sit back, 10 men behind the ball. And then when Sundowns tries to play through the middle, they would press. They would start the press. Lelepo would press. They would try and press these players not to get them to be comfortable on the ball. And again, it's something you could say TX Galaxy did to Sundowns 2-3 weeks back on all of that, but it works again. That tactic works against Sundowns in terms of disrupting Mamelodi Sundowns from playing the football that they like to play. But then, now the difference is the quality of players. The quality of the pass from Lucas Suarez to Ikram Reyners to Ribeiro, the first touch to kind of just get it up, the second one to hit that type of volley on the move or running the sideways. That is just pure quality, nothing else. That's just pure quality. And there's nothing that type of goal could be scored anywhere in the world, and it is still a great goal. It could be scored in England by Marcus Rashford. Yes, it's a world-class goal. Wherever you score it, whoever the opponent is, that is a world-class goal twice on a Saturday. And that is the difference between, that was actually the difference between Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns on Saturday. It's just the level of quality, the level of experience, as you mentioned. Sundowns are too experienced at this point. These guys, they play international football. Majority of them play for, the CAF Champions League. And this coach of Sundowns, I said it last week to you, man. I'm enjoying one aspect of Sundowns that I didn't think was there before. And I'm not taking shots, because I know Sundowns supporters, we've developed this thing of taking shots at Coach Pito, at Rulani. I'm not taking shots. But this is a new thing that Sundowns do, which is the tactical adaptability and the flexibility that we have. I think I'm seeing it more than I've seen it in the past 12 to 15 years of watching Sundowns, where I see a coach where he says, okay, we're going to play a certain way, but he's going to watch the game and analyze the game during the game. And then come halftime or during the game, and then while the game is still playing, he can make substitutions to say, guys, let's change the formation. Let's change this position, because we're seeing it's not working, and the style of play as well. I think Coach Rulani last year was speaking about the chameleon. That was not chameleon last year. What we're seeing here is chameleon, tactical football that can change. We can play tiki-taka or whatever you want to call it with the passing game, kill you to death with passing. We can go wide as we did against Kaizer Chiefs. We can go long ball. We can sit back and defend and play on the counter as the same way we did against Pirates in that second half at Loftus Versfeld. He can do so many things. He's very, very flexible as a football coach. And I love that, especially during the match, because a game like that on Saturday, you could see that midfield, Sundowns was not doing what Sundowns would do in midfield. Yes, Allende got man of the match. Yes, Mukwen had a great game, but it was not the typical space that they would have in another game. Ele was playing his, I almost said something bad, but he was playing his behind movement. He was playing hard football. Ele is a fantastic midfielder. And Bafana now kind of know Mukwen and Ele together. Obas on the bench, Siphelele Sithole on the bench. We've got about 4 or 5 midfielders that are very high level. I'm excited about from as a South African football supporter. I'm super excited that he's here. He's playing. He has a role, and sort of he's kind of leading Kaizer Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised if he's captain next season, because since he came, there's been a bit of a change in attitude there. I think Kaizer Chiefs have needed that sort of a player. I mean, he's the first player for a very long time, and I saw this on Twitter from a Chiefs fan. After one match Chiefs played, I don't know what the result was. He went to the fans and clapped and walked off. And he was doing this regularly. And now players are now starting to do it. We saw after the match, the Chiefs fans, and I like that moment. I can make fun of it, but I liked it. You see Chiefs fans, players, and management all having a song and clapping hands for each other. The fans were kind of showing appreciation to say, thank you for coming here and playing as well as you did. Yes, we didn't win, but thank you for your efforts. Management also saying to the fans, thank you for coming. And it's something that Kaizer Chiefs have had an issue with for many years, that issue of fans and club. The fans, they are there, the club is there, but the fans are always supportive, but they're not getting the same sort of a token of appreciation back. And it's good to have that moment. And I hope it's something to build, because for me, man, I said it before about Kaizer Chiefs, this is a building team. They're in a building phase. Nabi's rebuilding. And Kaizer Chiefs has been fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally. I hate people, or I disagree, not say hate, but I disagree with people who think the situation at Kaizer Chiefs is just, we need a few players and then we'll be fine. We need a coach, we'll be fine. No. You've had players come in that were good at their previous clubs. They've come in and they've fallen apart. You've had some coaches who are okay wherever they came from. They came here, they fell apart. The issue of Kaizer Chiefs is fundamental. The culture is wrong. The attitude of the players has been wrong. Management has been running a circus almost there. The things they're putting out in media, we're going to win the league, we're going to reclaim the glory. They've done themselves no favors. But it seems as though now, slowly but surely, there's coming a bit of sanity in that football club. They're recruiting the right players. Lilepo's a good signing, in my opinion. He looks a good signing. And I think next season, he's going to destroy it. He's going to destroy the league. We saw what Kele did. He just played against basically some of the best midfielders in the whole continent. And he put on a show against the best midfield in the whole continent. There's slowly but surely something coming there at Kaizer Chiefs. And if you guys can continue like this, the fans get on board, the players start to improve, this club goes in now in the winter transfer, South African winter transfer, and they sign players to come in and help, I think things will go forward. To wrap up, for Sundowns, look, man, I just said it actually now I was speaking it. It's all about results. It for them, create what they call in cricket scoreboard pressure, meaning put points on the table. Win 3 points, get 1 point. Put pressure on Pirates because they said they're in a title race. That's where the focus should be now. Put points on them, put points on the board, and say to them, well, where are you coming? Are you coming? Are you going? What's happening? Because now the performance, at this point, the performances are not necessary. In terms of, yes, it's nice to beat Chiefs 5-1 or 4-1 or 3-1. We would have all enjoyed it, we would have danced and sang. But I think the bigger picture for Mamelodi, as a Sundowns fan, I look at the bigger picture, and that's to say 18 points ahead of Orlando Pirates, who are supposedly in the title race. That I'm more happy about that than winning against Chiefs, with respect to Chiefs. Because I needed to create the scoreboard pressure, put them under pressure, and see what they do. Because that's where we are in the season now. We're no longer collecting points for collection, but we're collecting points now to finish. Again, once the gap is wide open, I hope we can start seeing some rotation. Because the big trophy for us, we know the big trophy for Mamelodi Sundowns, the one they dream of, the one they want the most, with respect to the PSL, with respect to the MTN 8, with respect to the Carling Cup, with respect to the Nedbank Cup. The cup that those guys want. The reason why they've been making all these changes of coaches and signing these players for all this money, It's not to win the PSL. It's not to win Nedbank, MTN 8, or Carling Cup. The major thing is to win the CAF Champions League. So I would like to see now that there's an 18-point gap open, the players that have the so-called B team, I'd like to see these players, or I don't know, are they the B team or what, but wherever they are, I'd like to see them start getting game time now in the last few games, especially, pick and choose games, because I think the investment should go fully now to CAF. I think this league is wrapped up for Sundowns. I think that the investment now should go, all the resources should go to CAF. We need to bring this CAF title home. And I haven't been to the stadium myself in about 5 years. The last time I went to the stadium, Celtics were playing Sundowns. Sundowns won 2-1. I think Sompotjegana scored a free kick. I was happy as hell. A week later, COVID hit or something like that. I never went to a stadium. I told myself I'm going to go to the stadium, CAF Champions League final. So, so I'm waiting for that. I am waiting for that. I need it. Okay. Zvizo, we're almost about to wrap up. Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, Bloemfontein, Toyota Stadium, getting done 2-0 by Marumo Gallants, who changed the coach during the week. You have a situation where a club fires a coach during the week. There's a lot of confusion at that club. There's been confusion from day one of that football club. They bought status, this coach, this, that. There's a lot of stuff there that says that club should get relegated, in my view. There's a lot of stuff that says that club is not a club that should beat any of the top clubs. But there we are. On Saturday, Orlando Pirates is flopped and they get done 2-0. What's our take on that?
I think the viewers, if they watched our previous video or recording, they would testify. You said it, man, about Orlando Pirates when it comes to the depth that is in the squad. A lot of their players now are injured. Some of their players, key players, are injured. Some of the players are fatigued because of the competitions, the Champions League, the Nedbank Cup, the MTN 8 and all. Now other players are fatigued, and you can't blame them because they don't have enough squad to say we can push this and do this. You can't blame the players that are there fighting for Orlando Pirates to be where it is. Orlando Pirates has done well this season. They've done well this season for themselves. But unfortunately, the players are fatigued. We just have to face the reality. That's their reality now. They are fatigued. Can they reach Mamelodi Sundowns? No, they can't. I don't see. Realistically speaking, it is impossible because of I know they have games behind Mamelodi Sundowns, but that doesn't say much because of Mamelodi Sundowns. I said last week, Mamelodi Sundowns can't lose 3 games in a row, or in fact, they can't lose 3 games in 5. In 5, they can't lose 3 games.
They'd rather lose 1.
They rather lose 1, exactly. So it's I mean, statistically speaking, you can see it's exactly impossible. It's close to impossible for Orlando Pirates to come back and maybe finally winning the trophy. But I think now it's for Mamelodi Sundowns to focus on the CAF. And I'm not undermining Orlando Pirates at all. I'm just saying the reality Mamelodi Sundowns is to focus on the CAF and give players a chance that haven't been playing for a while. As for Orlando Pirates, they should just continue playing the games that are remaining and the games that are the game in hand, and continue fighting. Although it seems like it's impossible, but that was a blunder. On Saturday, it was one of the biggest blunder that Orlando Pirates have made in their career, in those players' careers, because they had to win that one. That was one of the biggest blunder, Orlando Pirates. So after losing that game on Saturday, I was like, the league is done. It's done and dusted. It's all. Yeah. So
in our last recording, I did say that I think the title race is over. I looked at the points. I looked at the points with the games in hand, and then I looked at the squad depth, the injuries for Pirates in relation to Sundowns. Sundowns more or less have a full squad. And we know their full squad is Bafana squad. and that's the difference. I think the mistake Orlando Pirates made was go invest in a team, build a squad. They have a core team. It's good to have a core. Sundowns have a core.
Yeah,
you have a core, but then you must make sure with that core you have a supplement team where okay, if Mufukeng like now he's extremely fatigued, the young man. He's played a lot of football. He's traveled a lot and he's got a lot on his plate. Pull him, put someone in who can come in and make a difference, or maybe at least keep the standard going. And I think that's where they've lacked, just the pure lack of depth. January, I know Pirate supporters are not happy about the January transfer. January transfer is very difficult when you didn't plan for a player. You understand? You can't just randomly go buy players in January because he scored 10 goals at Amazulu and then you want to bring him in and say, come score. It's very difficult because there's no preseason in January. Unlike when you buy a player in the winter, then you go through preseason with him and then you go. So I understand why they didn't buy. And they didn't buy any player in January, but I think overall, the biggest mistake they made was to say not to improve the squad at the start of the season, to say we're competing for the league. We're trying to win all the domestic cups we've been winning. And on top of that, we've got the addition of the Champions League. I think the mistake came there, first time in the season. And we've seen them now since the turn of the year. They've faded. Key players have faded. And now they are where they are. And it looks hopeless in respects to the league. Champions League, perhaps they can do something. Champions League is a very random tournament. We've seen it in the past. Yeah. Kaizer Chiefs have surprised us. Sundowns have surprised us. We can get a surprise in the Champions League. They can still do something there, but it's going to take more effort. The same way I said that Sundowns must now invest in the Champions League, I think Orlando Pirates can be in the same position where they can fully invest in trying to make something of the season in the CAF Champions League. I'm sure if they were to win the second star, it would mean way more to their supporters than actually winning the league from Sundowns. So there's still a lot to play for. As you said, they must continue pushing and doing their thing. Another thing, and just in wrapping, I think that the Orlando Pirates have been an embarrassment of a football club with this thing of Munapule Saleh. Whether we like to admit it, whether Orlando Pirates players like to, not players, fans like to admit it, and media likes to admit it, this whole situation has been an embarrassment because you cannot have one of your best players who scored so many key goals in key finals and in key games to behave this way and you just keep quiet about it. I know there's contractual issues, legal issues, but I think that has affected Orlando Pirates more than they think, because Munapule Saleng is a key player, and with the way some of the upfront players, Mabasa's off form, is a young player, he'll always be up and down. Mufukeng has faded because of, I think, fatigue. Thomas Wanga has faded as well, I think fatigue and other things. The way some of these guys are frozen in time, I think it's time. Saleng would have played a role in that, and the fact that he's not there for stupid reasons, in my opinion, is a disgrace and an embarrassment. And yeah, that's my piece for today.
Yeah, no. What you're saying is very true. Our football we need to be realistic about this whole situation. It's a disgrace to our league, and the way Orlando Pirates is handling this whole situation, it is not helping them at all, and the player as well, Sami. So I'm not happy as well. Why? It's like what is happening now and what are these issues that are happening in our South African football here, just an embarrassment. We need to do something about it and improve the way we manage our teams and the way we do things, so that we can, because South African football is respected, man, in Africa. It's one of the highest leagues here in Africa. So I think we need to upgrade the way we do things, especially those individual clubs, the way they handle or they manage their teams. Yeah, so yeah, what you're saying is very true, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and with that said, remember, with money, when it comes to money and players, man, it's always difficult in South Africa. Everything is it's confidential, it's anonymous. People are signing non-disclosure agreements, so it's very difficult for us to actually hear the real story of Saleng. everything we hear is just dismissed as a rumor. And Orlando Pirates don't say much. Because I saw a newspaper report yesterday. I was working. But during the day I got a chance and I saw a newspaper and the parents. By the way, Saleng's home is not too far from where I stay. Yeah, it's about 75 k's, 60 k's from here. And I see the parents are out there. They're on some. Hey, we're disappointed. The salary, this. But obviously the club will then just say it's a lie, and the fans will be like, "Yeah, it's a lie," you know. But one thing I'll say in wrapping up tonight, pay players, bruh. Pay players. If a player is great, Saleng deserves the money. He has earned every cent that he's fighting for. If he is fighting for money, he has earned every cent, my brother. Okay.
No, he has. I totally agree with you.
Man. Let's call it here. Yes, I can. I was gonna say, let's call it here, man. It's been a great show again. Thanks again to the people watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We are now trying all our best to try and push videos out at least once a week. Yeah, man, we're seeing that the content is there, so please do check us out on full-time score with TC Ramkhwas on YouTube there as well. Siso, thank you once again, my brother. It's always been great talking to you.
Congratulations on winning the league again, guys.
Hey, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think I'll stop enjoying winning leagues when we've won the 10th in a row like Bayern Munich. Then I know. All right, man. Have a good night, my brother.
Sure. Hey, Tara.